We all know that climate change is a topic that remains on the brink of importance today and is causing increasing concern in our society. But what will happen if this process happens suddenly and the whole world encounters a temperature rise of several degrees? In this video, we will try to visualize the consequences of such an event based on modern scientific research. We will consider the impact of such a sharp temperature increase on the global climate, oceans, glaciers, and vegetation. We will see what extreme weather phenomena will become a daily reality and what consequences this will entail for us, people, what we will face, and how we will have to survive. We will also discuss possible adaptation measures and mitigation effects of such changes that can be undertaken to preserve our future and ensure the planet's sustainability. 5 degrees, 9 degrees Fahrenheit. What if the temperature on Earth rises by 5 degrees, 9 degrees Fahrenheit, and stabilizes at this level? What are 5 degrees? It seems just 5 degrees, right? But the temperature in New York will rise to 35 degrees Celsius 95 degrees Fahrenheit, and in Paris to 30 degrees Celsius 86 degrees Fahrenheit. It seems normal and bearable, but in hot countries, it will become unbearably hot. For example, in Qatar, the average temperature will be 46 degrees Celsius 114.8 degrees Fahrenheit, and in the UAE 42 degrees Celsius 107.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Such an ambient temperature is already considered dangerous to human health and depends on various factors, including age, health, propensity for activity, and the level of exposure. In general, it has been established that an air temperature above 32 degrees Celsius 90 degrees Fahrenheit can be dangerous to health, and an air temperature of 40 degrees Celsius 104 degrees Fahrenheit can be lethal. At high air temperatures, you will start losing water through sweating. This can lead to dehydration, which can cause a range of health problems, including headaches, fatigue, and cramps. You can get heat stroke, a life-threatening condition that occurs when the body temperature reaches an extremely high level. You may feel feverish, dizzy, nauseous, vomit, confusion, and loss of consciousness. All city dwellers will strive to find shelter from the scorching sun. The choice will fall on cool premises such as homes, offices, shopping malls, and libraries where you can hide from the heat and maintain comfort. However, with the increase in temperature in the cities, it will become increasingly important to take measures to ensure the safety and comfort of city dwellers. Local authorities need to minimize the negative consequences of the heat. They will have to open cooling centers where people can shelter from the scorching heat and drink fresh water. Extreme heat will also affect businesses in the cities. Many people will prefer to stay indoors instead of going out, which may lead to decreased attendance at stores and restaurants. The heat effect will also be felt in educational institutions. Schools may be closed or shorten the school day to protect children from high temperatures. Transport will also become less necessary during periods of heat. High temperatures can affect the operation of trains and buses, causing delays and inconveniences for passengers. Moreover, a dry and hot climate can contribute to the occurrence of forest fires. This can lead to an increase in the concentration of smoke in the air, making it less suitable for breathing. 10 degrees, 18 degrees Fahrenheit. What will happen if the temperature rises by 10 degrees Celsius, 18 degrees Fahrenheit, and stays at this level? This is not just an increase, it's a real catastrophe that will change everything we know about our lives now. In many cities, the temperature will rise above 50 degrees Celsius, 122 degrees Fahrenheit. Life in cities will start to halt. Schools and businesses will have to close for the safety and well-being of their employees and clients. This could lead to disruptions in schedules and create inconveniences for parents and workers who will have to find alternative solutions for childcare and fulfilling their work duties. The mortality rate will increase. Very high temperatures can lead to the occurrence of heat strokes, which can have fatal consequences. Especially vulnerable groups are the elderly, children, and people with chronic diseases. High temperatures will impact urban infrastructure. Asphalt on roads can soften, leading to increased wear of car tires and traffic problems. Electrical networks will experience additional load from the use of air conditioners and other cooling systems. People will stop going out during the day, only in cases of extreme necessity. They will seek solutions to adapt to extreme heat. For example, people may change their daily routine, switching day with night. Temperature can negatively affect crop yields. Plants will encounter a deficit of water and high evaporation, which will lead to decreased crop yields and a possible increase in food prices. High temperature and dry weather will contribute to the occurrence and spread of forest fires. Fires can destroy forest areas, nature reserves, and even threaten the lives and property of people. Smoke and ash will fill the air, making it unfit for breathing. This will also create an additional load on fire services and public safety systems. Heat can also impact the worsening of air quality. Increased levels of ozone and other pollutants can cause health problems in people, especially in those suffering from asthma and other respiratory diseases. In the UAE, projects already exist for living in extreme temperatures, such as the Mirror Line project. The main idea of Mirror Line is to create a huge system of parabolic mirrors that would be placed in desert areas. These mirrors are directed at the sun and serve to reflect and concentrate solar rays at one point, called the focus point. A tall tower, known as the solar colossus, is set up at the focus point. This tower is used to generate energy from solar radiation. As the sun's light is concentrated, the colossus heats water or another working medium, creating steam, which, in turn, leads to the rotation of the turbine and the generation of electricity. Thus, the Mirror Line project aims to create sustainable and eco-friendly energy from sunlight. In addition to energy production, Mirror Line also suggests using the obtained thermal energy for various purposes, including irrigation of agricultural lands and desalination of seawater. This will be of crucial importance to us when access to fresh water and agricultural resources will be limited due to harsh climate and desert conditions. If the temperature on the planet rises by 10 degrees Celsius, 18 degrees Fahrenheit, this will lead to serious changes in the climate and environment. Some regions will become uninhabitable. Polar regions, such as the Arctic and Antarctica, will melt and the sea level will rise. Such cities as New York, London, Bangkok, and Venice will be underwater. Coastal zones will face the threat of flooding due to sea level rise associated with the melting of ice and glaciers. Cities and settlements located near the seacoasts will be seriously affected and in some cases may become completely unfit for living due to permanent flooding and erosion. The rise in sea level can also lead to the emergence of ocean currents, which may seem like more extreme weather phenomena, such as the level of flooding, droughts, and storms. Subtropical and tropical regions, which are already facing high temperatures and humidity, will become even more extreme and unfit for living. High humidity, crop failure, and disease spread will intensify. Deserts and semi-deserts, such as the Sahara, Gobi, and Arabian Desert, already experience high temperatures and a lack of moisture. This will lead to further expansion of these regions and an increase in aridity, making them uninhabitable for most organisms, including humans. Mountain regions, including the Alps, Himalayas, and Andes, will become vulnerable. The melting of glaciers, change in the hydrological cycle, and vegetation growth will result in a change in freshwater availability and avalanche and landslide threat. 30 degrees Celsius, 86 degrees Fahrenheit. We will now face the most horrifying scenario: what will happen if the temperature on our planet increases by a whopping 30 degrees Celsius, 54 degrees Fahrenheit, and remains at that level. Are you ready to face the ruthless reality? At such a high temperature, it will be dangerous to be outside. Prolonged exposure to such a temperature can cause various degrees of burns that can damage tissues and lead to complications. Inhaling hot air will cause irritation to the mucous membranes and lead to breathing difficulties. The high temperature will have a negative impact on the functioning of internal organs such as the heart, kidneys, and liver. This can lead to serious disorders and complications, especially in people predisposed to cardiovascular diseases. Extremely high temperatures will cause stress and psychological tension for you. The feeling of discomfort and danger can affect mood and overall well-being. Such a high temperature will lead to extreme heat in cities. Asphalt and concrete used in construction will accumulate and reflect heat, creating heat islands in urban areas. This will lead to even higher temperatures and make cooling the urban environment more difficult. Thermal expansion of materials such as road surfaces and buildings will lead to destruction and damage. Electrical systems, including air conditioning systems, will be overloaded and fail. Extreme heat will limit the use of transportation. Asphalt will soften, making roads unsuitable for travel. Metal components of vehicles will overheat, causing breakdowns. The world as we know it will cease to exist. People will switch to a nocturnal lifestyle. They will work and interact with each other at night when it is cooler, and sleep during the day. This will require a resetting of sleep and wake cycles for the entire society. Construction of underground cities and residential complexes will begin. People will live and work underground, where it is cooler. This will require massive resettlement of the population and relocation of production. The spread of air conditioning will be critical for survival. The widespread use of air conditioning and climate control equipment will become critically important for survival. Super strong, heat-insulating materials will be created for building housing that can protect against excessive heat. Changes in clothing and habits. People will wear lightweight, cool clothing, trying to minimize outdoor exposure during the day. Thus, to survive at such high temperatures, humanity will have to radically transform its lifestyle, introduce new technologies and materials. Sleep and wake cycles, habits, and lifestyles will have to be readjusted.